A glimpse behind the scenes as the team readies themselves for an exciting Game 5. Typically a crucial one in almost any series. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. Looking at the starting five for Boston. Serge Ibaka is out there with Gordon Hayward. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's SGA in at the point. Here's Jordan. Chamberlain pulls it in. Here's Stackhouse. Pass to Chamberlain. Over Jordan. Chamberlain gets the bucket.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Jordan the screen. Inside. Outside for SGA. Now here's Hayward. Launches it. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Pass to Chamberlain. Here's Nowitzki. That's Ibaka defending. From 10 feet away. And it's Nowitzki missing. The Celtics have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hayward finds Ibaka. Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. Back to Ibaka. Jordan, the pass to SGA. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Philadelphia.
0 for 4 to start this game. Some of it's execution, and some of it's just bad luck.
Here's Nowitzki. It's rebounded by Ibaka. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Ibaka with a screen on Thompson. On the wing, SGA, defended by Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Three-pointer, Bridges. Chamberlain pulls it in.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
And it's Cunningham missing.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
To the middle. Here's Ibaka. And the jam by Ibaka.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. The conversation quickly turned to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who Coach called a problem. He's fast, he's strong, he's smart with the ball, Coach said, so our defense is going to be working overtime to keep up with him, but we will keep up with him. Coach thinks his guys are up for the challenge tonight. Guys, back over to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Nice decision by SGA. That is why you want him handling the ball.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Cunningham outside. And there's the lob. Ooh, it's stolen by Jordan. Outside for SGA. No good from outside. The 76ers have gone only 1 of 6 so far. Pass to Nowitzki. Cunningham looking it over. Here's Chamberlain. Here's Nowitzki. Counted from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
It's stolen. Bridges against Cunningham. Stackhouse, the pass to Thompson. Lets it go from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Boston trailing. To the paint.
There's that man, Gilgeous-Alexander. So tough to contend with his quickness. I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Steven Adams checked in for Boston. Ben Simmons comes in for Ibaka. Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Here's Stackhouse. No made baskets yet. And it's Cunningham missing.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Outside, SGA. Adams inside. Covered by Lopez.
Just an effective shot blocker. Lopez using all of that 7 feet, and he does a great job of picking his spots. Man, good whistle there.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. The first one falls, and some changes here for the 76ers. Johnson comes in for Thompson, and Conley subbed in for Cade Cunningham. Boston's gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Back to Simmons. Stolen by Conley. Driving inside to the left wing. Here's Reed. Philadelphia with another miss.
Oh, that's a shot he's got to hit.
Here's Simmons. Outside goal. There's the screen. Outside Simmons. Clock at 4. Over Conley. Simmons, no good.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Pass to Conley. Back to Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Stackhouse. Pure from three-point range. Stackhouse has got 5 points.
That's a guy you want taking shots. A quality offensive player.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Bol, screen on Conley. Simmons, the pass to Bol. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time.
The vision for Simmons, picking out the right pass at the right time.
Here's Stackhouse, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Celtics. 4-point game. Here's Battier, covered by Johnson. Here's Simmons. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
This is what you like to see from Simmons on the attack, being the aggressor.
Outside Reed, pass to Lopez. 46 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Stackhouse. He's covered by Caldwell-Pope. The shot by Stackhouse, no good.
Right at the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Here's Battier. Back to Simmons. Caldwell-Pope, a screen on Johnson. Simmons against Johnson. No good. That would have tied it. Outside Conley. Lopez, the screen on Simmons. Pass to Stackhouse. Fades. No good that time. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Sixers on top, leading by just 2. And let's get you back onto the court for more of this pivotal Game 5. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Thompson out there with Cunningham. And it's Nowitzki in at the 4. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Here's Jordan. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Cunningham passes to Barry. Now Thompson. Puts it up. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now. Alexander feeling it out a bit. Ibaka. Shot's good. SGA making the play. SGA's got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Here's Nowitzki. Hits the three-pointer. Nowitzki's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
Hayward with it. Yet to see a basket. Rebound by the 76ers. Cunningham outside. Pass to Nowitzki. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Bridges.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
And here's SGA. Hayward left side. Rebound by Philadelphia. Chamberlain's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Barry. Shoots over SGA. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Boston.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
And that one falls. That puts them up 1 point in the game now. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch.
Pass to Chamberlain. Now here's Cunningham. Charity stripe shot. It's rebounded by Ibaka. And SGA has got the ball here for the Celtics. Jordan with a screen on Cunningham. To the inside. Comes up empty down low.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Here's Barry. Ooh, rejected by Jordan.
Man, the defender really went after him.
It's his first trip to the line, and he makes a first.
At the line for your Chamberlain. 2 shots.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And looking at these playoffs so far, here are some of the players who have been distributing the ball the best. Second is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and of course Cade Cunningham.
And those 2 guys have been dynamic in the postseason, providing a lot of playmaking.
First team foul.
Pass to SGA. Back to Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Sixers. And he lobs it up to the rim. Chamberlain, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Chamberlain, no good. The Celtics have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. pass to Hayward from outside the arc. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's a 4-point Boston lead.
And they look more confident now, putting that rough first quarter behind them.
Philadelphia has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Now Reed. Philadelphia moving it around for 3. Conley nails it from 3.
Well, Conley can be a volume scorer from the arc. The defense can't let him just have those opportunities.
There's a screen. Back to SGA. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
Yeah, what's special about Gilgeous-Alexander is how shifty he is, which also makes it so tough on defenses.
The 76ers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. 76ers trail by 3. Pass to Lopez. Back to Conley. Here's Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Reed. Fires from deep. The rebound by Ben Simmons. Simmons has got his 4th rebound in this one. SGA passes to Bolt. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Conley looking for an opening. Pass to Stackhouse. Oh, my goodness. How about that? Oh, powered down with both hands.
Can you say natural leader? Conley is especially effective at running the offense and involving his teammates through his passing. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
They get it back. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Pass to Simmons. Conley against SGA. Stolen by Conley. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Here's Johnson. Misses off the right iron.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
In transition. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Yeah, we've seen Conley do this forever. Running the point with precision.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. 54 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Simmons. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. And they get it back. 2 on the clock. Here's SGA. Got it from about 16 feet. SGA's got 4 points this quarter.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they've pulled out in front.
Here's Stackhouse. 9 points in the game. Solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Outside, SGA. Launches a 3. SGA knocks down a 3. And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Alongside Coach Joe Mazzulla, Coach, your group seems to be controlling the pace of this game. What have you seen in that regard?
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Ready for the fans at court shot from Cleveland. They're venturing up next.
First half of this postseason contest, and it hasn't been a great game so far for the Philadelphia 76ers.
One thing I'll say, they've been poised with the ball. Keep turnovers down, allows you to level up.
Yeah, hard to gain momentum. Taking a look at the thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Continuing our coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. Glad to have you back. Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Serge Ibaka is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Hayward in at the small forward position.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for 2.
Free throw's good. Jordan. No good on the second free throw. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 7. Here's the 3. Rebound Boston. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Bridges passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ibaka with a screen on Cunningham. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's Stackhouse. Ooh, rejected by Jordan. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. A 3 from the inbound. Kept alive. Chamberlain.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
Jordan, the screen. Out to Hayward. Back to SGA. 3-pointer. Chamberlain pulls it in. 76ers trail by 7. Pass to Nowitzki. Let's go with a 3. Boston pulls it in. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball. And this is who's leading the charge when it comes to rebounding here in the postseason. DeAndre Jordan on top. 90 seconds into the second half now. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And the foul on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Stackhouse. 9 points in the game. 6 to shoot.
The sweat that Gilgeous-Alexander puts in on defense, does everything he can to trip you up. And they just continue to dominate the board.
Jordan the screen. And he lobs it up. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Cunningham passes to Barry. Thompson outside. They set the pick. To the middle. Ooh, it's stolen by Jordan. Hayward against Thompson. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Ibaka with a screen on Cunningham. And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander tucks it last.
Horrible mistake right there. I hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
Steven Adams checked in for Jordan. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Now here's Cunningham. Still no points. Nowitzki, that one's good.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Adams a screen from deep. SGA drills it from deep. And the Celtics lead by 10.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Cunningham passes to Nowitzki. Cunningham outside. Pass to Chamberlain. Shot clock at 5. Over Adams. Chamberlain, no good.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Ibaka with a screen on Thompson. SGA passes to Adams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. And there's Adams. That one's good. On the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Screen by Ibaka. SGA can't get it to go.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
And that one's good. Barry. Boston leading by 8. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams a screen. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Another shot. Adams, shot's good. Adams has got his second basket of the night.
And on the offensive end, this is how Adams hurts you. You have to be aware of where he is at all times.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So both teams changing it up here. 76ers trail by 10. Now Conley. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Pass to Simmons. Down low. Shoots from the right block. And it's Adams with the bucket inside. Adams has got 6 points in the quarter.
Playmaking is a strong suit for Simmons. He knows how to break up the defense.
Pulls it. Philadelphia with another miss.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Bridges passes to Battier. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Bridges. Fires the three. Rebounded by Lopez.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Outside Conley. Here's Barry. Three-pointer. Here's Lopez. Can't hit that one. Good D by Simmons. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Celtics. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. To the paint. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bull's got 6.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And that one's good from Conley.
A savvy playmaker with a great handle. Conley runs such a smooth pick and roll.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Down low. Here's Bull. Soft touch off the glass. Bull's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Conley passes to Reed. Here's Barry. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Celtics. Bull's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside. Adams. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Brook Lopez. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Johnson. Bull grabs the board. Bull's got 5 rebounds tonight. Throws it up high. Simmons against Cunningham. 24 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Chamberlain. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Simmons.
Big-time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
And here's Cunningham outside. Cunningham attacks for 3. fires away from way outside. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Boston now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got Thompson. He's out there with Cunningham. And it's Chamberlain in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Stackhouse. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Celtics lead by 12. Hayward, right side. On the wing, SGA. Jordan, the screen. SGA passes to Ibaka. And the jam by Ibaka.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
And it's Gordon Hayward with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Boston on D. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Hayward. Pass to Nowitzki. Now here's Cunningham.
And I don't know why they're still shooting threes. It's not paying off for them.
And another miss by Philadelphia. Screen by Ibaka. And here's Jordan. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Stackhouse, the pass to Chamberlain. Here's Nowitzki. They set the screen. There's Cunningham with a 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Back to Hayward. The rebound by Nowitzki.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Thompson defending. Inside. Here's Jordan. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. For 3. And that one good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Such a wide open look.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. From 9 feet, and it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. And the Celtics lead by 13. Pass to Nowitzki. And there's the screen. Fires for 3. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
I don't know what coach said to him at half, but his shooting has been tremendous here in the second. Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that thing's over.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Cunningham outside. Boston pulls it in. Simmons has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. Mikal Bridges checked in for Boston.
Number 11, Mikal Bridges.
76ers trail by 12. And here is Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Playing from behind. It's amazing he chose to dunk with that high of difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
And let's be honest, guys, rebounding is about want, and he is playing with 110% effort.
Out to Bridges. Nice ball movement by Boston. Clock at 6. Pass to SGA. Goes up at the elbow. Again, the miss by Boston. The 76ers have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. Oh, he cannot hit. Celtics lead by 10. Jordan the screen. Got a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. The triple drop.
The top 2 things Bridges does well, defend and hit jumpers off the catch.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He showed a lot of trust in his players. He said to them, quote, "You already know what to do, guys. Don't lose focus on the big picture now. Go out and get this win for us." Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Bridges. Five to shoot. Fires the 3. No good. 76ers trail by 13. Ooh, he leaves no questions.
Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
And SGA has got the ball here for Boston. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I like what the defense was thinking, but Gilgeous-Alexander just outworks them and gets his shot.
Thompson scanning the floor. Beyond the arc. The free ball is down.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Point lead. Outside Bridges. SGA against Thompson. Ibaka with a screen on Thompson. Tipped.
Second personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that brings him within single digits. And so he hits both. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, nice setup for the slam.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Outside, SGA. Banks it home. Big shot.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Bucks will move on. And really, any win is a big win here in the postseason.
Yeah, every game counts now, and there's no second chances. So they must be pleased with the results.
Time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our second round coverage of the NBA Western Conference playoffs. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
2K Sports presents the playoffs of the NBA. The Grizzlies start out with the ball. Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've got O'Neal. Thompson is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Whiteside. And it's George in at the three spot. The basket. Duncan's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Grizzlies.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from, and that soft, delicate touch near the rim. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Cooper kicks to Duncan. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. For 3. Here's Yao. Lays it up off the glass.
And Ming is mammoth in terms of his size. Exceptional at using it to snare those offensive rebounds.
And the call will be against Gerald Wallace. That's his first foul. Here is Rondo. Pass to George. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer.
Now here's Frazier. And here is Yao. Guarded by O'Neal. Now can't get it to go. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They won their last game. That was Thursday night.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say whether or not defensively you were on your game. But bottom line is their opponent didn't shoot it well. And you got to take some of the credit from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, you're right. It's normally a bit of poor shooting and good defense.
Taking 2 shots.
That one is off.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
The Pelicans have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Wallace, the pass to Frazier. Back to Wallace. O'Neal against Yao. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Here's Frazier. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And Yao just so big, he's able to see over the top of the defense, and that allows him to find an open teammate.
Whiteside sets the pick for George. That one goes. Count it. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Frazier outside. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here is Frazier. Wallace, the pass to Yao. Back to Wallace. Shot clock at 6. Here's Frazier. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pass to O'Neal. Shoots a fader. He can't get it to go. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Frazier against Rondo. Yao with a screen on Thompson. Cooper the pass to Yao. And stolen by Whiteside. Duncan with the block.
And setting the tone with that rejection. Duncan, the defensive anchor of this team.
Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives him 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes a bit.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Grizzlies. Now here's Rondo. No scoring in this one. Whiteside a screen on Deng. Rondo dishes to Whiteside. Bucket is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Duncan down low. He's covered by Whiteside. Got it done with the hook shot. Duncan's got 5 points so far.
And the hook shot isn't one that a lot of guys use these days.
Whiteside O'Neal. Yao with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Ming makes defensively, using that huge reach to block or alter shots.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams changing it up here. Duncan with it. He has 5. Here's Hibbert. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Weber comes in for Duncan, and it's Scott in for Frazier. And a change for the Pelicans. Reds checked in. Here's Jackson. Thompson outside. Outside Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Here's Gary. It's Scott on the win. No good on the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Thompson inside the line, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw up plays for him.
That's good from Deng on the assist by Scott.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Jackson setting the pick here for Irving. Outside Jackson. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Driving in, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Thompson left side. Shoots it. And it's Deng with the rebound.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Pass to Hibbert. Jackson against Weber. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And yes, it's good. Pirtle's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Scott. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Irving. To Thompson. Girdle sets the pick for Thompson. Off target from three-point range. And Weber's got the ball here for Memphis. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game.
And not one to back down from a challenge. Weber takes it right to the defense there and gets the finish.
For Memphis, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Free throw good from Weber.
And how unique is Weber? A smooth shooting big man with some sick handles.
Nancy's checked in for Klay Thompson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Nance against Weber. Nance down low. And Hibbert with the block. To the middle. It's deflected. Irving with the steal. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Grizzlies lead by 1. Live from the FedEx. So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Duncan is out there with Wallace. Then there's Frazier. Then there's Cooper. And it's Yao in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. George passes to O'Neal. With the teardrop. Here's Cooper. Nothing on the board. To the paint. Here's Duncan. Got it! Duncan down low.
Well, that's a smart pass in close quarter.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Whiteside. It's picked off. It's stolen by Nance. Here's O'Neal. Good.
And this is where O'Neal goes to work. The closer he's to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
Frazier the pass to Duncan. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Pelicans trail. O'Neal dishes to Rondo. Pass to George. Over Cooper. Pocket 6. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the defense gave him no space. He had to fade back. That's not an easy look for most guys.
Frazier scanning the floor. Pass to Duncan. Nance with the rebound.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
It's stolen by Frazier. Over to the left wing. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. 5th best, Paul George.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, George shoots over Frazier, and again, no good by New Orleans. Grizzlies have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Rondo against Cooper. Here's Yao. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And you got to appreciate the skill set Ming brings to the table. Knows no one can match up against him and simply lofting these inside shots up and in.
Thompson for 3. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Back to Frazier. Down low. Wallace drawing the double team. Yao kicks to Duncan. 4 on the clock. A 3-ball. George with the defensive effort.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
Thompson from long range. Doesn't go that time. Memphis leading by 3. To the inside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. New Orleans making some changes here. Jaren Jackson comes in for O'Neal. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Rondo. Pelicans trail by 3. Outside Irving. To the middle. It's rebounded by Memphis. Frazier outside. Pass to Hibbert. Stolen by Jackson. Right side George. It's good. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut.
Here's Guerin. Out left to the wing. Shot from 16. The Grizzlies with another miss. That's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up to the New Orleans Pelicans. Defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
Jackson Jr. is an athlete. A big man with some big-time hops.
Hibbert with the screen on Thompson. Here's Guerin. Great touch on the 16-footer. Guerin's got his 2nd basket of the game. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Some changes for Memphis. Luol Deng is checked in for Wallace. And it's Scott in for Frazier. The Pelicans also changing it up. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Nance. And Michael Redd is subbed in for Klay Thompson. Mr. Redd. Guerin grabs the miss.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time.
Good work there as it goes. Scott's got the lead up to 3 now for the Grizzlies.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Irving against Scott. Irving, good.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Pass to Guerin. Hibbert with the screen. Drives to the hoop. And that one's good. Guerin's got 6 points.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Irving against Scott. It's rebounded by Memphis.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Weber outside. There's the triple. The rebound by Paul George. Pelicans trail by 3. Nice D from Scott. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the 2nd quarter. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Deng. And here's Hibbert. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
And here's George for three. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Memphis out in front, up 5. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us. Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Hello, everybody. We're halfway through Game 5, and things are looking good for the Memphis Grizzlies.
They have played like they wanted, fighting for every missed shot. You love to see that passion, man.
Looking at this series for the Memphis. And that'll do it for halftime.
And we return again with more playoff action from the Western Conference semifinals. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Whiteside. Rondo out there with Klay Thompson. Then it's O'Neal. And it's George in at the 3. And the call will be against Gerald Wallace. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now against O'Neal. Over to the wing. Rondo passes to George. 5 to shoot. Count that bucket. Rondo's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Pelicans. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Frazier outside. Pass to Yao. They double team Yao. Here's Cooper. Hits it from three-point range. Cooper's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You can see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Yao in the post. Guarded by O'Neal. Yao, that's good. Yao's got the lead up to 6 now for Memphis. Left side, O'Neal. Thompson way outside. They grabbed their own miss. And they get it back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Yao Ming.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Pelicans shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. So he comes up empty, missing both.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Wallace the pass to Cooper. Wallace against Rondo. Up top, Frazier. Off a great pass. That's dunking. Dunking.
And the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And while we have a chance, let's now take a look at the NBA's season assist leaders. Third, Rajon Rondo.
And it seems like he's taking it on his shoulders to get every one of his teammates involved in the offense here in the postseason. What a passing display.
That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Klay Thompson. Rondo against Frazier. Duncan inside. 9 points in the game so far. Misses the baby hook.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Thompson. Rebound by Wallace.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Pass to Cooper. Duncan outside. Here's Yao. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Yao's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Thompson right side. Nice shot from the wing. And that's now 9 points for Klay Thompson.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations.
And for the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Frazier the pass to Cooper. Out to the right wing. Down low. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Duncan's got 11 points.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
O'Neal up top. He's covered by Yao. O'Neal issues the top. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Duncan.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
At the line for the Grizzlies.
And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws. Now here's Rondo. Thompson outside from deep. The Grizzlies pull it in. Yao's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Rondo against Frazier. Nasty out. Knocks it loose. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Weber, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Scott comes in for Cooper. Off the inbound pass, and Weber throws it down.
And Weber, just tremendous size in the paint. Easily rising up to take that one.
O'Neal outside and taken away by Wallace. And Chris Webber with the bucket on the assist by Wallace. Wallace has got his 3rd assist on the night. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've also shown great effort defensively tonight. They closed out on shooters and really got their hands up on multiple shots.
No good on the free throw.
Taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Here's Guerin. 6 points for him. Out to the right wing. Fires from 14. And another basket for Memphis.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pelicans trail by 13. George looking over the floor. To the paint. Here's Whiteside for Hibbert. Nails the baby hook. Whiteside's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the slick pass from George set that up well. He has such a natural instinct for where to send the ball.
And here's Weber. He has 7. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 1:57 left to play in the third. That shot off the mark. Thompson outside. Pulls it from the elbow. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 6 assists here tonight. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside, Scott. On the wing, Scott. Duncan with a screen on run. Inside. Oh, Duncan drops the hammer.
Yeah, and at 7'1", Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
O'Neal outside. George against Frazier. And George gets it to go. There's a minute left in the third. Thompson against Frazier. Outside, Scott. Six to shoot. Duncan. It's good on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, O'Neal. And the call will be against Gerald Waltz. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
And that fourth foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Now checked in for the Grizzlies. Cooper comes in for Scott. Here's O'Neal. And that one, good. O'Neal's got 4 this quarter.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Frazier outside. Pass to Duncan. A shot that time, not on target. Tim Duncan has been on display for the Memphis Grizzlies. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Now he's out there with Duncan. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Frazier. And it's Cooper in a shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Not someone you want to send to the foul line. Thompson is nearly automatic from there.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away.
Pass to Cooper. Now Yao. Rondo with the steal. On the wing, Thompson. Here's George. O'Neal sets the screen for George. From 6 feet. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from O'Neal.
But with the ability to make plays from the wing, Paul George is a complete offensive player.
Frazier kicks to Duncan. Down low, stolen by O'Neal. Here's Thompson. Thompson gets it inside.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And stolen by Thompson. To tie it up. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cooper the pass to Duncan. Count that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 5.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Pass to George. On the clock. 14 feet away. Duncan grabs the rebound. Duncan's got 5 rebounds tonight. Wallace the pass to Duncan. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Cooper. Offline with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Memphis leading by 5. 14 feet away. And Walt Frazier the basket on the assist by Wallace.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. O'Neal passes to Rondo. Now Thompson, just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Now Meng pulls it in. Gauch got 6 rebounds in the game. Wallace looking for an opening. Through contact, Duncan.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The 3 from George. And the Pelicans miss again.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Frazier outside. Pass to Yao. Yao draws the double. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. And now it's an 11-point Grizzly lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Count it.
Well, Thompson is having no trouble finding himself shots, and he'll just keep pouring them in as long as he can.
Timeout called by Coach Isolo. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Memphis' head coach had some words for his team over the break, and he encouraged them to stay focused and not get complacent, saying we've worked too hard to get this lead and we're not going to give it up now. Stay connected, play smart, let's get this win. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Outside, George. Back to O'Neal. O'Neal is double. Thompson for 3. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
Arguably the smoothest jumper in the game. Klay Thompson. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
First team. At the line for Memphis. One side.
You know, he's such a huge figure from a cultural standpoint. Yao is also someone teammates love playing with because of that easygoing personality.
And it's Memphis on the break. Finishes inside on the nice dish.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. George against Frazier. Rondo on top. Whiteside sets the pin for Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. It's off target. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Tim Duncan. Jumper is off. Pelicans trail by 11. And stolen by Yao. It's 2-on-1. Frazier outside. Duncan down low. Working on George. Can't get it. New Orleans now. Time running out. Now O'Neal. Flings it in off the window.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And stolen by Whiteside. Here's O'Neal. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Yao with a screen on George. Cooper against Thompson. Can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 7.
This has reached desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Duncan with a screen on Thompson. He takes it in. Got it to go off the glass.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Duncan just out-muscling the defense and finishing through the contact.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Memphis, Tim Duncan.
Mind the lanes.
Shooting
Mind the
one.
lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Duncan. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Rondo with the ball. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Memphis ball.
Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Frazier outside. Yao draws the double. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. The putback. Sees him with the putback.
And how about the timing from Duncan on the glass? Getting there to collect that offensive rebound and the putback.
And so the Memphis Grizzlies have won the series. A big playoff win for them. But what isn't great big in the postseason?
Great point. I really just love the composure with which they played tonight. It's easy to get too keyed up for postseason basketball, but they kept their heads and just went about the business of winning.
It's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you've enjoyed our second round coverage of the NBA Western Conference Playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And now, our player of the